And both teams are pretty loaded in the front court. Chris, that was your neck of the woods, wasn't it? What's it like in there for the big fellas?
Oh, man, they're going to need a lot of ointment after this game. It's going to be a lot of banging. You're going to be sore. You got to bring your big boy hat. No tears. Don't cry to the ref. Just get ready to wrestle. Let's just manhandle each other. Let's have some fun inside.
I bet you were sore after many games, weren't you, with all the contact inside that ring?
Oh, man, can you imagine taking the elbow from a Mutombo or Shaq right in your sternum? Yeah, you come home and you look at your body sometime, you're like, what is this for me? So it's really physical in there, a lot of stuff that the fans kind of don't see, but you got to love it. You got to be ready for it every night.
And the Clippers starting five. Teodosic out there with Williams. Then it's Decker. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here is Smith. Shot clock at 6. Griffin goes in. That one drops for him. Griffin's got his first basket.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
They set the pick. Teodosic, the pass to Harris. Shoots over Griffin. Harris misses.
That's how you come down with the man's rebound. He positioned himself perfectly and snatched that board away.
Here's Griffin. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And just the sheer power of Griffin, one of the best finishers in the league after contact.
Teodosic, the pass to Jordan. Top of the key, Harris. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Drummond. The Pistons have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Griffin kicks to Johnson. Left side, Griffin. Drummond sets the screen for Griffin. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Griffin's got 6.
They've come out the locker room. His eye. 4 for 4 to start the night.
Jordan the screen. Harris inside the line. Harris missing again.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean look at the basket.
Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Here's Griffin. Rebound by the Clippers. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role, and that night it was about scoring.
Well, on the road, you need as many contributors as you can find. The reserves definitely help fuel the win at times. There's no lack of aggression on his part. When he's got the chance to score, he'll take it.
Detroit leading by 4. Smith kicks to Johnson. Pick by Griffin. Drummond sets the screen for Johnson. And stolen by Harris. Down low and stolen by Drummond. Here's Johnson. Kept alive. Clippers trail by 4. Here's Decker. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And taken away by Johnson. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Oh, you have to love the commitment from Johnson on defense, swiping at the ball and coming up with big steals thanks to his length.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Here's Teodosic. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And how about the vertical of Jordan? Easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Decker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Decker. Well, we always hear from NBA players that a win is a win. But, Chris, in all honesty, do some wins mean a lot more to players than others during the regular season?
You know, I know it sounds cliche, but not really. That really is the truth. You know, you may have 1 or 2 games that mean more, maybe Christmas, maybe against a rivalry, an old player. But you have to understand this. The whole mentality of lasting in this league is not to get 2 up or 2 down. If you get 2 up because you're playing against the Lakers, then, you know, you're going to lose against the Pistons the next night because you're not respecting them the same. You have to respect every team, fear every team the same. And so just circling one in red kind of shows that you're not respecting the next team, which sets up for a letdown. And so I think that's a good practice to have. Every game means the same, but human nature kicks in, and some are going to mean more than others.
That is really interesting. Now, Decker, after the missed 3 from Stanley Johnson.
A frustrating start to this quarter.
Pass to Smith. The feed to Galloway. Pass to Griffin. Drummond a screen. Back to Griffin. Shot clock at 6. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight. Clippers trail by 5. Williams with the ball. He had 22 points in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Harris kicks to Williams. Right wing. Here's Teodosic, covered by Smith. Here's Decker. Nailed from three-point land. And the Pistons with possession here. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
No question. The officials were active, trying to keep control of the game that affected the substitution pattern.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Smith outside. He dishes it to Griffin. Over Harris. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. And Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Decker. And Bradley subbed in for Lou Williams. The Clippers in the lead. We'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with head coach Doc Rivers. What's the news, David?
Well, Kevin, what he doesn't want is station-to-station basketball. He said, we have to avoid bad habits and keep the ball moving. As long as we don't stand around like we're watching the paint dry, we can score. We'll see if the ball stays in motion tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
David, thank you. Sounds like shooting is what he's concerned with most early on.
Yeah, they're looking for a controlled, patient offense today, and the key to that will be shot selection.
No, it's ball movement. The key is everybody has to stay involved on offense. The best way to get good shots is to make sure the defense can't focus on any one player.
Smith kicks to Griffin, and the shot is long. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Harris against Johnson. Harris passes to Teodosic. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Teodosic has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Smith kicks to Drummond. Johnson outside, picked by Griffin. Johnson attacking, and fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Well, many had high hopes for what Stanley Johnson could be in the NBA, but after a rough sophomore season, questions have been raised. C-Webb, the former 9th overall pick, the player of the year in high school in Los Angeles, a terrific freshman year at Arizona. He saw a major regression in many areas of his game.
Well, look, the NBA is a different level, and when you come in as younger as Stanley came in, you're going to have to figure your way out. He's with a great organization, great coaches around. He should improve with hard work.
And Chris, growing up a fan of the Pistons, did you have any particular moment that sticks out to you about this franchise?
Oh, so many moments. Isaiah Thomas winning MVP in the All-Star game. So many moments. Joe Dumars playing great defense on Michael Jordan, sweeping the 1989 finals. That was our first time. And in high school, I remember we had these little pocket TVs that one of my friends had. We actually got to watch the game as the Pistons played against Portland. So, of course, I have many memories. You want some more? I keep going on and on and on.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Thornwell. That's short off the rim. Detroit leading by 4. Bullock kicks to Smith. There's a screen by Marjanovic to the inside. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Marjanovic has got his first points of the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now. Outside
Bradley to stop the run. A rebound by Marjanovic.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
There's a screen by Marjanovic. Now here's Johnson. He's guarded closely. Just 5 to shoot. Smith with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And it's an 8-point Detroit lead.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Picked by Harrell. Here's Bradley. Bradley with another miss.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Johnson attacking. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well, we don't always get what we want, Chris, but if you were in charge of the dunk contest, which 4 players would you personally pick to make up the field?
Man, it's so tough. Wow. I think I definitely want to go with Levine. He's, the ex-dunk champ.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, Westbrook, I think Paul George would be great in there. Of course, LeBron, Griffin. I don't know. Davis. There's so many high flyers. I just think it's so tough because sometimes the smaller guys have the advantage. Big guys feel like they can't do it because they won't be as exciting. I mean, even our worst dunk contest, I've fallen in love with because you get to see some incredible things. But, yeah, I'd start with them, but so many other players you can pick.
Mm-hmm. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And the Clippers are known as a high wire act, and rightfully so with their stars. This team is also one that can at times lock it down defensively. I don't think they get enough credit for what they do on that side of the ball.
Here's Teodosic. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And it's Harrell missing.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Smith outside. The pass to Marjanovic. Here's Bullock. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Clippers not a team known for their defense, but quite often the last few years, it's been the deciding factor for them in games.
Yeah, and I think it starts with the pressure they place on ball handlers. They can throw double teams or pick up far out from the hoop. They've got shot blocking inside to erase mistakes as well.
Artful use of the screen there. Gains the separation he needs for a good look.
Read a screen. Here's Smith. Passes it to Marjanovic. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Johnson, wide open. He fires. Drains the 19-footer. Now just a 5-point Piston lead. Now Smith. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And it goes on a bounce. That one is off Smith. For the Pistons, Tolliver comes in for Marjanovic, and it's Kennard in for Johnson. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Dishes it to Bradley. Picked by Harrell. Off the screen. Bradley can't get it to go.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Here's Kennard. Back to Smith. Detroit, no good that time either. Blake Griffin getting it done for the Detroit Pistons. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action after this word. And one of our game's most explosive dunkers, DeAndre Jordan, tells us what it feels like to be DeAndre Jordan.
And you jump 20 feet in the air, it's like you're flying for a quick second. And then I've learned that how good the dunk was on the reaction of my teammates.
And for a guy like DeAndre, and a guy of DeAndre's size, guys, it's hard to believe how fluid he is in the air.
He's got some body torque into those jams, and just all around, he seems to improve his game every year.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over-panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
So for the Clippers right now, Thornwell is out there with Johnson. Then there's Bradley. Then there's Harrell. And it's Teodosic in at the one spot.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Bradley. Smith outside. Feeds it to Bullock. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Johnson. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And Wesley Johnson with the slam.
Now, I tell you what, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense like that.
Read a screen. There's the pick. Bullock kicks to Tolliver. Smith outside. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
And you know that's something they've discussed coming into tonight. How can we take care of the basketball, push the action, but remain disciplined?
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, we know the Clippers are one of the best teams in the league, but are they good enough to win it all? Coach Doc Rivers talked about overcoming the super teams they face. He said the big three in Boston, put them together, bam, we won. We had Miami, Golden State, but there are teams that still poke through. Dallas did it, and that's what we're trying to do. Kevin?
And with Doc in control, the Clippers, DA, they'll always be in contention for a title. Thanks so much for that terrific report.
And you know what? That's something Bradley has really worked on, coming off screens and knocking it down.
Smith in the posts. Tolliver for 3. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Stan Van Gundy, known for being one of the more demanding coaches when it comes to defense. He doesn't care who you are. If you're not giving it your all on the defensive end, you're going to find yourself on the bench.
Well, he's clear with what he wants and what he expects, and, you know, when you step on the floor.
Now, here is Smith. Rebound by Harrell.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time. Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Smith kicks to Reed. Screen by Smith. Here's Bullock. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Right wing, a baseline J, misses off the right eye.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Pass to Kennard. A floater, it's deflected. Here's Bradley, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bradley's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, brave in the paint, Bradley gets it done.
And here's Smith. He kicks it to Reed. He feeds it to Bullock. And that one is hammered home.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Chris, you've been broadcasting as an analyst for the better part of a decade now. Talk about your process when you personally prepare for a broadcast, prepare for a game.
Wow, that's crazy. It is almost the better part of a decade. It doesn't seem that long. I can't believe I've been retired that long, but...
I know it.
Right? I can't... Wow, time flies,
I can't
man.
either.
I have to thank so many of the guys that I've worked with that have taught me kind of how to do it. But my process is kind of like a basketball game when I play. There's a scouting report. I look at the scouting report. I look at the stats for this season. I compare the two teams. I look at this if I was playing for Team A, what would we have to do? What would my role be? And then I look at it for Team B. I love coaching and management and looking at all those things. And so it gives me a chance to play all those roles and then come up with the game plan. And then from there, I just try to make sure I kind of stick to the rules of commentating when we start the game and go from there. But my preparation is really to get deep into the numbers of each team, but then more importantly, how they've been playing, add that context of what I did as a player, and I know what the teams are going through along with all those analytics, and then kind of just let it fly, and hopefully the fans have fun watching it, but that's my process.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Reed. Griffin comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Ish Smith. Detroit leading by 5. Griffin dishes to Galloway. Pass to Kennard. Launches it. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Bradley. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Galloway. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. To the wing right side. Here's Griffin. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan. Just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
Clippers trail by 5. Bradley kicks to Harris. Outside Bradley. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Bradley's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period.
Galloway kicks to Drummond. Here is Tolliver. His last outing with 20 points. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin kicks to Tolliver. Takes the 3. Detroit with a fresh 24. And it's blocked by Jordan. Now here is Harris. A 20-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
The pass to Kennard. Drummond, the screen. Kennard, the pass to Drummond. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And the Pistons lead by 3. Jordan, the screen. Harris against Griffin. Harris inside. 5 points in the game. Great D that time from Griffin. Here's Galloway, guarded by Bradley. Galloway dishes to Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Harris.
Just a tremendous talent when healthy. That's the key for Griffin, trying to avoid a big injury that takes up a chunk of his season.
That free throw missing.
And when you look at what the Pistons have done, pretty clear, this is a team that has a vision of who they want to be. Strong defensively, really good at rebounding the basketball, and I think deliberate and patient on the offensive side of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Marjanovic checked in for Drummond, and it's Johnson in for Anthony Tolliver. No luck that time either. And with the Pistons, this has been the identity the team has been aiming for under Stan Van Gundy. It's taken shape, but has yet, Greg, to produce big results.
I think it's because they've just always been 1 or 2 pieces short of making that next jump. I think the conference has gotten stronger, and while their best players are really good, I don't think they're quite at that elite level yet to allow this group to take that next step.
The Pistons have come up with 3 misses and 5 attempts so far at the line. And he knocks down the first one. And Chris, one of the rare honors for an NBA player is to have their jersey retired. The Kings retired your number 4. What does an honor like that feel like? What does that mean to you?
Man, it meant so much to have my jersey retired. I was there with my family, my wife, my brothers, sisters, parents, and everyone. And so it was just a really, really great moment. You know, when you're playing the game, you can really, you say enjoy the process, but you never really can really enjoy it day to day because you're always thinking ahead, trying to get better. And so it was just a really cool moment to sit back and think about all the positive things we did in the city, for the city, and definitely for the game of basketball. So it was a great feeling, and, you know, Sacramento forever. I thank them for that, and I love them there.
Wonderful years, indeed. Here's Galloway following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Kicks it out to Johnson. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers trail by 3. Outside Bradley. Good work there as it goes. Bradley's got 9.
With his athleticism, nice to see Bradley driving to the rim.
There's Galloway, guarded by Bradley. Here's Griffin, and finished off by Griffin.
And one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
The dish to Williams. Jordan the screen. And Williams, here we go.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Here's Galloway, guarded by Bradley. Kennard, the pass to Johnson. Griffin with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Griffin kicks to Marjanovic. Count it, his second make in 4 attempts.
defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and then running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, you had to stop.
Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
One shot, gentlemen.
And it's tied up with that one.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Now here's Griffin. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
Oh, and the rebound is spectacular as well. He was in attack mode all night.
LA has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Williams kicks to Decker. The feed to Harris. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Williams for 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Here's Griffin. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
He hasn't been very precise at all this game.
Here's Decker. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Johnson kicks to Griffin. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Marjanovic, a screen on Williams. Here's Johnson. That one, no good. The Clippers shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Outside Bradley. Here's Harris. And the layup's good off the glass. Harris has got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
They are just killing them on the interior.
We've got 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Canard. Back to Galloway. Here's Griffin. Another miss by Griffin.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Truth is, if you play long enough, sometimes you're going to have a bad quarter, even a bad game. I doubt that this shakes his confidence.
Here's Galloway. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Clippers lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Doc, what do you think you'll see from them in the second half?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Always the coach's mantra. Thanks, Doc. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
The thing I like was how they were making a conscious effort to work the ball inside. They should do the same in the second half. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Whether running the offense through the post, driving it, doesn't matter. Get to the rim, and the rest will take care of itself.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Welcome back to Detroit. That's the fist of boxing great Joe Louis, located at Hart Plaza. Don't want to get in the way of that, do you? Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Oh, yeah, especially how he established great position and showing some nice footwork and really read how the defense was playing.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Pistons trail by 4. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Smith. Griffin is out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Johnson, and it's Galloway in at the 2. Los Angeles leading by 4. Teodosic, the pass to Harris. Jordan, the screen. Here's Teodosic. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Galloway. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for Detroit.
And the front line carrying the load offensively. They always say reward the big men and credit the guards for getting them the ball and enabling these guys to fill it up.
The Clippers shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Williams dishes to Harris. Back to Williams. Griffin against Harris. They set the pick. Out to the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. Jordan with a screen on Drummond. And stolen by Drummond. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance.
Looking here at some numbers for Smith. His last 10 games, averaging 12 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
Roof shots.
The first one falls.
And Johnson, the former Arizona Wildcat, certainly has a bright future in this league. The combination of shooting, speed, and length he possesses is just exciting.
So Johnson hits 2 of them. Los Angeles leading by 4. To the left side wing. Here's Decker. No good from outside. Decker's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Right side, Griffin. Smith kicks to Griffin. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times. Griffin's gotten 6 of his 12 shots to drop, hitting 50% on the night. There's a good screen. Over in the corner, Williams. To the paint. Here's Harris. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And with Tobias Harris, he's a player who bounced around more than you would think in the early part of his career. C-Webb, he was traded twice in his first 5 years in the league, which is odd given how he's been growing and developing as a player.
Well, yeah, trades aren't necessarily about the team not being happy with you. It's about finding the right spot. So he had the right work ethic, so you knew Harris was going to improve, and you also knew he was going to be around. Coaches love Harris's hard-working ability. So the future's bright for this kid.
That's good from Harris.
Oh, wow. And Harris is a guy that really offers a ton of versatility. He can play both forward spots and is an efficient scorer from just about anywhere.
And Harris drops them both.
Well, Tobias Harris, now he's a player, he gives you a little bit of everything. He can spot up if you put a bigger guy on him. He can take you down low and drag a small if you switch on to him. Love his game.
Now here's Drummond. Shoots from 12. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, pretty obvious over-the-back call there, but being out of position, that was really the only option.
He went for it. I'll give him that. Showing some fight on the boards, even if it's not the smartest play in the world.
Jordan sets the pick for Harris. Over Drummond. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Harris has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles. And you talk about the matchup problems Harris can create, Chris. He has been viewed as a tweener in the past, but while that can be a problem for some, C-Webb, it's a blessing, I think, for him.
Well, he's the type of player you want to throw into the game and not worry about what position it is. I mean, you just let this kid go. Tell him, hey, go do you. And that's what he's been doing.
Clippers with the ball. Following the three-point attempt by Blake Griffin. Here's Teodosic, covered by Smith. Here's Jordan, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Oh, and the defensive chops of Drummond really helping this team. He really cleans house with his shot block.
Griffin sets the screen for Smith, and Drummond kicks to Johnson. He dishes it to Griffin. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Kicks to Williams. Dishes it to Decker. Jordan with a screen on Johnson. Here's Decker. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Decker's got the lead back up to 6 now for Los Angeles. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Drummond a screen. Oh, offensive interference. Willie Reed, he was checked in for the Pistons. Reggie Bullock comes in for Stanley Johnson. And then for the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Harris. Johnson comes in for Sam Decker. And Thornwell subbed in for Lou Williams. Teodosic, the pass to Thornwell. Picked by Harrell. To the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Smith outside. Feeds to Galloway. Pass to Reed. Just 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Drummond. 1st in rebounding. 13th in blocks, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds, what a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Langston Galloway. Here's Teodosic. He's got 5. Pass to Thornwell. Picked by Harrell. Now the pass to Jordan. Here's Teodosic. Over Smith. And the Clippers miss again. Pistons trail by 6. He kicks it to Bullock. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Clippers leading by 6. Here's Teodosic. Jordan the screen. Here's Thornwell. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Smith outside. He feeds it to Tolliver. Screen by Smith. Drummond working against Jordan. Drummond dishes to Tolliver. A three-pointer is right on target. Tolliver's got 6.
And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
There's the feed to Harrell. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And this break gives us a moment to look at the leading playmakers among rookies for the past 10 games. You look at Teodosic, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved.
And doing a great job of finding his teammates, just making some highlight reel passes these past few weeks.
Here's Bullock. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Reed, and Detroit again with the bucket.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, even when you get a hand up, it's hard to really affect his shot.
Now here's Jordan. 11 points in the game. Basket good.
Well, it's nice to have an option like him every time down the court.
Pistons trail by 3. Smith with it. Lobbed up there for Drummond, and stolen by Harrell. Johnson outside, passes it to Teodosic. Knocked away. Back to Johnson. Takes the 13-footer up again, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Yeah, and it's the long arms of Jordan, staying active on the boards for these high-percentage putbacks.
Smith kicks to Reed. Smith the pass to Reed. Drummond the screen. Here's Bullock. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Oh, you really like how determined Drummond is. Always willing to sacrifice his body to open up some space for guys.
Pass to Teodosic. Johnson outside. Another miss by Johnson. Pistons trail by 3. Tolliver kicks to Bullock. There's the dish to Drummond. Feeds to Reed. Nice ball movement by Detroit. To the middle. Drummond passes to Bullock. Offensive rebound.
Now, the energy Drummond has on the glass, it's really ridiculous. He's a spark plug, a real spark plug.
Clippers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Jordan the screen. Johnson outside. Pass to Teodosic. Makes it off the glass. Teodosic has got his 3rd basket of the night.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
There's the pick. Smith kicks to Reed. Drummond the screen. Here's Bullock. He's guarded by Johnson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The baseline J. Again, Los Angeles.
You know there's no way that's going to get blocked. He just has to rise up and drain it.
Reed a screen. Shoots from 12. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the middle. And he banks in the layup.
Timeout.
And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over this stretch. They really need to refocus here.
Different look here for Detroit. Marjanovic checked in for Andre Drummond, and it's Johnson in for Reggie Bullock. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Bradley's checked in. Now here is Smith, and there's the pass to Marjanovic. Here's Tolliver. Detroit, no good that time either.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Teodosic. He's looking for Harrell and finds him offline with the baseline jumper. And Montrezl Harrell, a player who seems to be another great find in the second round of the NBA draft out of Louisville. Starting to develop as a power forward, he can provide a nice inside presence for a team.
What I like about Harrell is that how strong he finishes at the rim. It seems like every time he goes up, he's in an and-one situation.
Reed a screen. Tolliver for three. Good on the triple. Tolliver's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Pistons. Clippers leading by 4. Bradley passes to Teodosic. They get it back. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Langston Galloway's checked in for Smith. .127 left in the third. Williams kicks to Harris. Back to Williams. It's Bradley on the wing. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
There's Galloway. Marjanovic, a screen on Williams. Galloway, the pass to Marjanovic. That shot, no good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Harris kicks to Bradley. He dishes it to Harrell. Outside Williams. Clock at 6. Lets it fly from 18. That one a little long.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip and he throws the shot off.
There's Galloway. Reed a screen. And the foul on Avery Bradley. That's his first foul. Galloway, the pass to Marjanovic. Johnson kicks to Griffin. Over Harris. Hangs in the air. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Griffin.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Clippers on top. They're up by 5. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
We need to make solid plays, okay? Solid plays, aggressive plays, but solid plays, all right?
Wanting to keep up the energy here, Stan Van Gundy would also like to add a dose of greater efficiency.
You know, it's a delicate balance. To perform your best, you need to go 100%, but also be in control while doing it.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Harrell. Williams is out there with Bradley. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Decker in at the 3 slot. So it's the Pistons now. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris, Tolliver kicks to Galloway. Dishes to Griffin. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Griffin's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Detroit. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
That's just a lack of communication. Two guys just not on the same page.
Detroit making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Pistons trail by 3. Galloway kicks to Smith. Marjanovic down low. Harrell on him. Marjanovic passes to Griffin. That doesn't go either for Griffin. And Los Angeles guys shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Outside Williams takes the 13-footer. No good off the back of the rim.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's Galloway. Back to Griffin to tie it up. Johnson. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Marjanovic.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Williams kicks to Bradley. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And that's 15 points for Avery Bradley.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Outside Griffin. Kicks it to Johnson. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. LA has gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Here's Harris. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Oh, what a gorgeous-looking jumper from Harris. He has put a ton of work into his shooting in the offseason since he came into the league.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shooting 2.
Shooting 2.
A free throw drops for Griffin. Griffin hits them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Smith against Bradley. Picked by Harrell. Harris inside, guarded by Marjanovic. Harris misses.
That's a great job to converge on him inside and prevent that easily.
Smith against Bradley. Johnson the screen. Galloway kicks to Griffin. To tie it up. 5 to shoot. The shot will not fall. The Clippers go the other way with it. Harris dishes to Decker. Here's Williams. And the shot falls short this time.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
It's stolen by Bradley. Williams with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. They grab their own miss.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
The shot goes down and he gets his game back to even.
You see that hounding defense by Bradley? I mean, he got them out and running that time.
He kicks to Harris. On the wing, Harris. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Harris has got 4 points this quarter.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
And he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
And it's good for 2. Marjanovic has got the game tied up here for the Pistons.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
Even though the end is near, he is still fighting for the basket. That's just an awesome effort.
But look, the sheer size of Marjanovic is something that can intimidate even the tallest centers in the NBA. He's a legit 7'3" and comes in at least 290. Seemingly impossible to move him at times down low on the block.
The first one falls. And to illustrate the size of Marjanovic, when Joel Embiid first checked into a game against him, he is visibly in awe of the size of Marjanovic. And Joel Embiid is a 7-footer.
Well, make no mistake about Boban, though. He is much more than a big body. He has a nice floater, a great turnaround jump shot, great at shooting from the free throw. I mean, good awareness. He might be the best 7'3" passer in the league.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Teodosic, the pass to Jordan. Harris drives in. And the wide-open shot from Decker. No good with the triple. Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Teodosic. He gets it in there. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
That's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Now here's Griffin over Harris. Tries again, and that one's good. Drummond.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Harris against Griffin. Now here is Harris. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 6. Here's Teodosic. And it's sent back by Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. As touched by Drummond. And here is Los Angeles now. And the basket by Harris. 3. Now Smith. Johnson the screen. The feed to Griffin. Jordan with the rebound.
Yeah, Good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time. He isn't getting it to fall from outside during this half after recording a 3 during the first.
Here's Galloway. Johnson the screen. Here's Griffin. A reverse. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
You don't mind fouling Drummond, but you got to get your money's worth. Can't allow the and one.
Well, Drummond is a player who is always bound to put on a show on any given night. C-Webb, he can do it with his gaudy numbers and rebounding totals, or he can finish with a slam. He's very aggressive in attacking the rim inside. But no matter which way, he is a crowd favorite, to say the least.
Fewer and fewer big men are taking pride, or pride themselves in working down low for points. And Drummond does it. He's a throwback, to the 90s, to the 80s. And one reason why it's easy to cheer for him is because he actually likes to play inside.
And the free throw, no good.
Look, I still can't believe how athletically gifted this kid Drummond is at the center position. It's not just his size. It's his speed, it's his quickness, and jumping ability.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Now, here is Smith. In the corner, it's Galloway. A three-pointer off the mark. Well, with Drummond, you usually don't see someone who has as much muscle mass as he does and able to run the court and blow by defenders. But, Chris, he does it on a nightly game-to-game basis.
It's crazy. He tries and kind of plods down the court, but when he gets the ball, he has a burst off the dribble. And you're just like, are you kidding me? His consistency needs to come. But don't sleep on his quickness in the rim.
Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got it all tied up now for Detroit.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And stolen by Drummond. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Lobs it up for Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now here's Johnson. They set the pick. Six to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
That's just a solid play by Johnson, sensing the physical defense and going right up into him with the shot.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Johnson. And he makes both free throws. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Jordan, the screen, passes it to Teodosic. No good on the triple. Detroit's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. In the corner, it's Galloway. Smith outside. He feeds it to Griffin. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Griffin's got 16 points here in the second half.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
That's just an attack mindset. I love it. Game on the line. He's out competing guys.
Here's Teodosic. Pass to Harris. Shoots over Griffin, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
He didn't let that first half get him down. He has come out firing on all cylinders to begin this second half.
Bobbed up there for Drummond.
Well, when you feed Drummond the rock, you won't be disappointed. Doesn't matter what point of the game it is, he provides for his team.
Jordan the screen. There's the dish to Harris. Jordan with the screen on Griffin. Harris drives in. Over Griffin, and again it's Tobias Harris. Harris has got 13 points now in the quarter.
Wow, and slowly but surely, Harris is learning what it takes to become a leader. When this team needs him to step up, he has no issue dominating crucial possessions.
Now here's Griffin, and it's good for 2. Griffin's got 30 points.
The feed off the bounce is in just the right spot.
Here's Teodosic, covered by Smith. Here's Williams. Here's Jordan. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Andre Drummond picks one up. Jordan no good on the free throw. The Pistons shooting very well right now, 52% in this fourth quarter. Smith kicks to Johnson. Feeds it to Griffin. And stolen by Jordan. Shoots from 14, and he banks it in. 26 points for Tobias Harris.
Oh, you love the use of the mid-range jumper from Harris. Just takes his time and makes sure he's in rhythm before releasing the shot.
Here's Griffin. That shot misses. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Teodosic. Picked by Williams. Teodosic, the pass to Williams. Harris inside. Griffin's there. They double him with Drummond. Just 4 to shoot. Tips it. It's Drummond with the rebound. Detroit's getting some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Pass to Griffin. A 15-footer. It's in! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
And this atmosphere is banana.
Guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
And the Clippers call time here. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, DeAndre Jordan.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. This is a close game, as you know, and he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
Simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 34 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
And here's Smith. Johnson sends the screen for Smith. Johnson kicks to Griffin. Over Harris. That shot by Griffin, no good. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And thanks to his good work at the line there, now we have a 2-possession ball game.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Well, do you go with your rhythm? You have to decide, do you run something new, something that's been working, something they haven't seen?
And now they foul and stop the clock. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, that's what I call cool under fire. Those should be the nails in the coffin.
To the left wing, 3-pointer. Jordan with the rebound. And an intentional foul right there.
Two shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Smith. No good. And so Los Angeles